Hi, welcome to the Employco HR Chat. I'm Rob Wilson, president and founder of Employco. With me is Jason Eisenhut, our vice president of HR.
Hi, everyone.
We're coming to you live from our studio at Employco USA's headquarters in West Bend, Illinois. So thanks for joining us. So Jason, I was at a YPO lunch a couple days ago, and the question at the table and variety of discussions typically around COVID and reopening is, can employers ask job applicants about are they vaccinated or have they had COVID-19 before?
Yeah, great question. And the answer is yes. As long as it's definitely a risky area, but as long as it's job related, it's an essential part of the job and you're doing it with your existing employees. So if you're not asking your existing employees whether or not they're vaccinated, don't ask your candidates and job applicants.
So, and most companies are asking their employees. Some are mandating the vaccination, and others are kind of keeping track of it, right, and encouraging. So if you're encouraging people, but if you're not keeping track or specifically asking them, then you shouldn't ask the applicants.
That's right. Yeah, be consistent. Try and be consistent. The same thing you're doing with your existing employees, do it with your candidates.
So can you ask if the person has had COVID-19?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely even more of a tricky area. So the EEOC has said, at least on the vaccination side, that getting a vaccination or not is not disability related, because there's lots of reasons why people may not get a vaccine. But whether or not they've had COVID or not, that's a gray area that really hasn't been tested fully in the court. So I'd shy away from that. The vaccine question's kind of more reasonable to ask candidates, but have you had COVID or not? I think I'd stay away from that.
It was an interesting discussion over lunch that I had there were 6 or 7 of us, and there were a couple people that have mandated vaccines and the vaccination because they're frontline businesses. But there were a couple people that said, well, I'm not sure what I can do and not do. I've asked some people, but a lot of not disinformation, but a lot of confusion around, well, it's got to be HIPAA related, so I can't ask. But this is a case where EEOC has said that you can ask. But I think one of the to reinforce what you had mentioned is be consistent. Whatever you do for one section of your office or your job applicants, be consistent across everybody.
Yeah, and it's safer if you have a work environment where employees are working in close quarters. You can't get social distancing. You can't get the sneeze guards. Then it's more likely that it'll be okay for you to ask about the vaccination question. But if you're a remote workforce, you're a tech company that everyone's working from home, is there really need for you to know if they've been vaccinated or not? So it's kind of this reasonableness test that you can just kind of ask on your own if it sounds like it's a good idea.
It was a bit of an unusual experience, though, in our office over the last couple of weeks, because in my personal office, I typically haven't worn a mask because I'm by myself. But if you'd be somewhere else, you would. So it was a new experience actually walking through the office without wearing a mask, as we're 92% vaccinated throughout the building. So it
feels good.
You're so used to it. And the first time I walked into a Walgreens or Mariano's or something without a mask on, I'm like, oh, this
feels weird.
It feels weird, but it felt pretty good.
Yeah.
But thanks for joining us today on our HR chat. So if you have any questions for us, feel free to reach out to either of us.
Yeah, HR@employco.com, and we're on all the social media websites.
Great. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.